Motherfucking before here after signing in with another video. What is good, my people? This is a different video because I'm going to be opening it up about some things right here. And we all have a little inward process. See, I'm making this shit on the spot because I can't motherfucking filter this. I can't in any way, shape, or form try to manipulate this message and write it down or construct it in any sort of way or bring it any sort of structure, because the way it naturally is, it already has structure because I'm not thinking about it. It's already something that's within me and within something that you could probably relate with. But look, so we all under our ongoing process, and we all got our own little motherfucking trials, tribulations, and feelings to go through. And under stressful situations, under stressful times, we can tend to lower ourselves and put ourselves down so beneath of what we can in the present moment comprehend to our current understanding of what is possible within ourselves, within our being. Because look, all that shit's some nice little fancy talk, but to put it as simple terms as possible, you a motherfucking God. You powerful as shit. And until you reclaim your throne, reclaim your power, ain't shit gonna go right for you. And this is about living life. This isn't about trying to get one up on other motherfuckers. This is about living life. Your life, right? Your life is the same as everybody else's life. It's the same value as everyone else's life. We all hold value. So don't let nobody convince you because of your race or your energy or your gender, or your background, whatever the fuck it is, fam. Whatever the fuck it is, that you don't matter, that you ain't special, that you ain't powerful, that you ain't worthy of being a king or queen, that you don't deserve the right to be able to stand with everyone else in an equal throne position. Do not let motherfuckers convince you. And at the same time, it takes a lot of truth and honesty with yourself to be able to get yourself and build yourself to the point where it's constructive. Because the last thing you want is to be deconstructive and motherfucking let that ego. Let that ego that you have that drives you to want to even be in the seat of the throne in the first place. That shouldn't be a driving factor. Now it's a part of it, and it's there to help you. Because motherfucking is. Who the fuck cares? It is what it is. It's there. The ego is there, and it's not like you got to get rid of it. That's some long time ago talk. I thought we knew that shit. I'm just mentioning that to really make that a statement, make that a point right there. We ain't trying to manipulate our ego and discard it or do whatever the fuck with it. It's just there. That's it. Just being spiritually tapped in is all you really need to do. Don't worry about all that ego talk and shit and fuck all that. It's all about the persistence at which you chase your inner validation, your inner self, your inner values, your inner heightened messages and abilities to know the world around you, which is the only way to do that is to know yourself. So you got to go through shit. You got to go through experiences. You got to go through trials and tribulations. You got to go through hard times. You got to go through stressful situations. You got to go through shit on a constant basis. Well, life will motherfucking test you. But that's the point of this video, is that we all have our own individual process that we are undergoing, and life motherfucking tests us. Life always tests us, and there's nothing wrong with feeling like you're down, with feeling like you ain't enough. There's nothing wrong with that. And we all have those feelings. But the point of this video is that to say everybody has those feelings. Everybody motherfucking has some sort of thing they lack in. Just like you. So if some motherfucker wants to convince you that because of your gender, because of your motherfucking race, or because you ain't even the race, you ain't even the body, it's just bullshit. So you gotta remember that too, and it's honest. That's honesty right there, because you ain't the motherfucking body. You are the spirit, and to understand that you are the spirit, it takes practice. It's not just something you can just know through your mind, and all of a sudden you start manifesting shit that you always wanted. It's not like that. No, it's a work in progress. Because when you know thyself, by knowing your spirit, by knowing yourself, which is a work in progress always, and you're going to be learning until the day you die, because you incarnated into a motherfucking spaceship, into a motherfucking planet, into a motherfucking galaxy, into a stardom, into an intergalactic society. Because I know you be watching, when you watch Star Wars and shit, you don't really think about how those motherfucking aliens and shit are outside, and this is happening in galaxies far, far away. Motherfucker, that's happening right the fuck now. What are you talking about? That's a movie. They made that movie here on motherfucking this intergalactic society and this motherfucking kingdom and shit. They made it here on planet Earth. They didn't make it somewhere else. So remember that shit, right? Everything that was created came from a motherfucker's thoughts. Everything that is came from someone's thoughts. So what does that mean? Motherfucker, your thoughts are powerful. Your thoughts have the ability to create shit, to develop, to destroy, to advance, to move forward, to go, whatever the fuck your thoughts create. As simple as that. Ain't nothing complicated about that shit. Your thoughts create shit. Literally. Come on. So when your thoughts create shit, it's a process. We all undergo this process, and you cannot try to let yourself be under the weather. Oh man, that's just right here. This is where the vision kind of slows. I gotta slow down right here. I gotta slow down right here. All right, so I get transmission, so I need to pause and take a break and really digest things. And so look, another thing, right? As a motherfucking spiritual being in this planet, you gotta be willing to die. You gotta be willing to die, okay? So what does that mean? If you are willing to die, you're stepping forward towards your process. Your process is your process towards death. You gotta remember that shit. Because when you were born, you came from death. You came from nothingness. And then from the nothingness, you came into this vessel, into this physical form. So by going to death again, by leaving this physical vessel behind, it's gonna turn into motherfucking dirt. It's gonna go back to planet Mother Earth. Your spirit's gonna go somewhere else. Wherever the fuck it goes, we can theorize and philosophize and all that shit. We could talk about that shit, but that's another motherfucking video. We don't need to go there. All you gotta know is you gonna die, okay? We all gonna die. Yeah. So we all going to the same place. So you gotta be willing to die. You gotta be willing to die. What does that mean? Kill yourself, motherfucker. Kill yourself. And it's a process, because killing yourself means dying. Killing yourself, I'm not talking the physical form of killing yourself. If you wanted to kill yourself physically, all you would be doing is adding more karma and recycling old shit that you haven't worked through. Because if you kill yourself, what you're saying is, okay, so I can't consciously, in my human experience, in my lower self, fuck lower self, in my motherfucking position of myself, understand what the hell is happening to me. I can't comprehend why I came into this body, why you came into this vessel, why you came into this life. Sometimes you might be thinking like, why the fuck did I choose this life? Why did I come here? Or why did God choose this life for me? Not knowing the fact that you chose to be here. So you are God connected. You are part of the source. You are part of the equation. You are part of the all. So motherfucking God resides within you. You are God. God is within everything. God is everything and nothing. This is the concept of God. So This is the philosophy of God. And you can test this within your own life to confirm whether the fuck this shit works for you or not. The reason why this shit empowers you, this theory or whatever the fuck, whatever it is, this understanding of what God is, the reason it empowers you is because if God is within you and within everything else around you, the possibilities of your life is endless. Because guess what? Now you're not so hell-bent on being so attached to the material. But you also not so hell-bent on trying to be the spiritual motherfucking guru all the time, trying to get shit right. Fuck that. Like, what? Like, no. The point of life is to be yourself. And you would know this if you looked into your birth chart, by the way. But that's a different video. Different subject. So, look, we all got a process. We undergo our own process, and you got to be willing to die. Die for what you want. Die for where you want to go. Die for the process. Die. Ride to die type shit. That's what's straight up. Ride to die. Be all in. Go in. Don't hold back. And it's all about your fears and your insecurities and your past traumas that you got to work through. And it's going to work itself through when you are in alignment with your process. And your process will take you wherever the fuck it needs to take you. It might take you in really dark places. It might take you in really good places. It might take you in places where you never thought you would ever be. You never thought you'd motherfucking be there, but you are. You're there. You never thought you'd ever be there, but you're motherfucking there. And you're there because you need to learn something. You need to experience something. You need to digest something. And it's whatever. It's cool. It's all about your heart. It's all about your spirit and where it leads you. And you cannot judge yourself to either, right? See, self-judgment comes from motherfucking other people who are lost in their own bullshit, lost in religion, lost in the material world, lost in all this stupid shit they're stressing and worrying about constantly. And they want to put that shit on you to motherfucking bring you down to their level so they can feel happy and content with their own life. That shit is not motherfucking working. So don't even trip about that. You gotta focus on you. That shit don't work. Not for a god. Nope. I eat that motherfucking energy up. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna eat your energy right the fuck up. Thank you so much. I'm gonna take your energy. Hell the fuck yeah. Damn straight. And I use that shit for myself, to build my things, to work on my shit, to do what I love. Because guess what? People will always throw shade at your ass. No matter where you at, no matter where you are, what you're doing, you will always get weird ass energy thrown at you. You will always get some form of shit you don't need to worry about. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it's to bring you down. It's to bring you down to a lower vibrational state, so you can be in that lower vibrational state to be doing lower vibrational shit. And again, like I said earlier, everything has its experiences. Everything has its lessons. So sometimes we gotta go through. A lot of times, we always gotta go through shit. And that's to test us and to build us and to teach us more about ourselves. So you can't judge the process. You can't judge your hardships. You can't judge where the shit you fall short on. You can't judge it. Now, look, if you're going around raping people, if you're going around killing people and shit like that, okay. All right, look. Everybody has their own process. And I say this, and I want to motherfucking amplify this, is because you can't judge someone else because you've never been in their shoes. In this material realm, you haven't experienced in their shoes. So if you haven't experienced it, and if you can't take yourself to the place mentally and spiritually to see why you would do some shit like that, why you would kill another man, why the fuck would I want to rape someone? Why, right? You got to ask yourself that shit, because you are capable of doing that. You have the same ability of a motherfucking serial killer. You have that. You have the same ability of a pro athlete. And if that's what you want to do, if that's your natural traits and gifts, and if that's your natural incarnation of the thing you incarnated to learn and embody and to serve some karmas, then you will be that in your life in one way or another. You might be an athlete. Just an example, motherfucker. Just an example. Don't it could be an athlete. You might be a serial killer. You might be or fuck a serial killer. You just might be a straight hard motherfucking gangster shit, and just be on your shit, and then and you involved with death. You involved with the spirit of death, and you are aware of the spirit of death, and that we all die. So even if you go around killing people, you might validitize. I don't know if that's the right motherfucking word, because I'm not sure what the word is, but you might self-validate to yourself in your own life on why you chose to do that, and on why spiritually things took place for you to even get to that point of killing someone. So or it could be anything. It could be anything. I'm just using that motherfucking example. It could be you selling drugs. It could be you. It could be you trapping. It could be It could be you stripping. It could be anything. You can't judge the process. That's what I'm trying to say. Because it's to know thyself. It's to know all the things you could do and why you would do them, and all this shit is to make the best decision for yourself, to be able to move in your process in the direction that you want to go. Because motherfuckers will take you in all sorts of directions and pull you off and take you there and throw your ass over here. Fuck that shit. I'm saying, fuck that shit. You're leaving the wind. But look, it's a process. It's a process every day. You learn something new about yourself every motherfucking day. And that's why it's important to just give that motherfucking, let the ego rest, you know what I'm saying? Like, focus on the spiritual. Focus on what matters. Because, again, if you really think about it, what does matter? Does matter? Matter is physical. Matter is 3D. So does matter really matter? You gotta think about that, right? Okay, so if matter doesn't really matter as much as what's taking place in the mental, on why you have certain thoughts that lead you to certain experiences and people and places and things that you keep experiencing. You might keep experiencing the same shit, the same pattern of experiences and people and events and things taking place in your life to be able to learn that lesson. And until you learn that motherfucking shit, you will never evolve to the higher realms. You will never evolve past that shit. It will just keep coming back to your life over and over and over again to keep motherfucking reminding you, look, you ain't really taking care of this in the way that you could. So it's all about being present too. You know, meditation helps. Meditation in the right moments helps. You got to know when you have to meditate. Don't just meditate because everybody else says to meditate. Meditate when you feel like you need. That's what what would be right for you. You know, and it's everything's a half truth. So it almost battles itself right there. It's self-contradictory right there because it's also like the amount of meditation you put in, the amount of hours you put in, of months of meditation, of days of meditation, of weeks of meditation, years of meditation. Just an example. We're talking about meditation, just to relate spiritually to a spiritual practice that will help you to tap in spiritually, to be able to be sensitive enough to feel more of what the fuck I'm talking about and to be able to relate with this in your own experiences in your own life. Even though most of the shit I'm saying is kind of going all over the place and hitting different points, to be able to allow you to experience more of what the hell I'm exactly talking about. Okay, so look, yes, your spiritual practices will add up over time to help you to be more spiritual sensitive, to understand more things, to be able to move more closer and further in your process, in your direction, in your life path, and it will allow you to get closer to your true self. Knowing yourself, to loving yourself. And it's that motherfucking shit's a process that we all go through on a regular basis, because motherfuckers out here are lost and they will do what in their mind and their spirit deems right for them to bring you down to their level. So you gotta have a spiritual guard. There's a reason why shit takes place and the way it takes place. And you gotta be willing to investigate, have a motherfucking... I have a Mercury in Scorpio, so I got an investigative ass mind. You already know. I be looking into shit so deep. And I always want to know the deeper things and deeper layers of life. I want to know, I want to know shit. As simple as that. I want to know shit. I want to get to the point of it. I want to know why the fuck that shit happened. Who the fuck was involved? Why were they involved? And I want to know the deepest secrets. I want that shit. I want the truth right open. I want an open book. That's what I want. That's the Mercury in Scorpio, right? So that's where that motherfucking shit leads me to in my life path. And it's a talent and a gift of mine. It's more so it's a self-awareness, and I can use the self-awareness of myself to then make it a talent or gift, whatever the fuck, right? And you use this ability that I naturally am inclined to already steer in the direction towards within my spirit, and I use that shit to apply it within my life in all realms, in all possibilities, physical, mental, and spiritual. And the shit can go deep. But the point is that your process will take you in directions, take you in places to always help you to serve your karmas, help you to grow, to experience, to expand, to expand your awareness even, to really get into the depths and the grains of who you can be and the possibilities of your human experience in this incarnation. Type shit! I don't know how to motherfucking really get so caught up in the words and shit like that to lose myself in that language. Fuck that. It's life. We all head into the same place. We all gonna experience death. And the point is, what are you doing to better yourself in this life towards your death? And you can't judge yourself in the process, because your individual unique experience, a lot of other people can relate. A lot of other people go through it. Other people have their own downfalls. They have their own shit that they gotta go through. So imagine you judging another motherfucker saying like, oh, look at that shit right there. How the fuck was they gonna feel, right? Okay, now vice versa. Some asshole, motherfucking dickhead over here wanna tell you that, convince you, put energies and thoughts and frequencies and emotions in your being to make you think that you somehow are lesser. And most importantly, motherfuckers are lost in their own thoughts, in their own perceptions, in their own whatever the fuck, material world, religion, so on. So many things to get lost into. So many perceptions, interpretations to get lost into. Because motherfuckers don't know themselves. They don't care about Egyptian proverb. They don't care about none of this ancient knowledge that helps us to motherfucking better ourselves. Nah. It's all about the motherfucking... It's all about the journey. And your journey will take you where you need to go, in that direction, towards your path, towards your life purpose, to becoming, becoming, embodying your motherfucking highest potential right the fuck now. And you gotta be willing to die. You gotta be willing to die. And hard lessons will teach you that. They will teach you that if you ain't willing to die, if you ain't willing to step in to the place that will lead you to your death, to killing yourself, spiritually speaking, killing yourself. Killing yourself means killing old parts of you. Killing yourself means killing things that energies, thoughts, and that don't belong. Killing yourself means going through hard-ass motherfucking trials and tribulations that will teach you the lessons. And you got to go through these experiences. You ain't no other way. And again, it's all about your perception. How are you viewing the experience? How are you viewing the trials, tribulation? It's all a matter of perspective, motherfucker. Do not get lost, caught up in stress, overdue bills, all this shit. And again, if you're in a situation where you are in hellish conditions, you got to remember, no matter what, everything is everything. Shout out to Lauryn Hill. Everything has an alignment. Everything has a purpose. Everything is there to teach you something about yourself. And do not judge thy own process. Do not judge yourself. Because by judging yourself, you're almost creating your own slavery. You're creating your own shackles. And the reason why that shit is so important is because other motherfuckers who are lost may want to convince you in some sort of way that you need to remain in your shackles and you need to not work on bettering yourself. But you got to be careful because there's so many perceptions of what you think could be and what you can get lost into in viewing someone else's actions poorly, when in reality, someone might actually be trying to help you. So be able to distinguish and have some discernment there on who's actually trying to provide you with real value, with real leadership and qualities to help you self-govern yourself in a better way as an individual. There's a motherfucking difference right there. You feel the two energies? And one motherfucker trying to bring you down and another motherfucker really just helping you to tap in within you. There's a whole difference. But again, everything, even those motherfuckers who do bring you down, are there to teach you something, help you along your journey. So don't even stress about it. Don't even stress about the bills. Don't even stress about the people, places, and things that are lost to take you into energy where you somehow feel like you gotta remain in that lost energy with these people in order to learn certain things. And you might need to. You might need to be lost for a little while. You might need to. I get lost constantly. That's straight up. I'm keeping it straight up right there. I get lost on the regular. And it ain't about on my own interpretation on why I think I'm lost and why the fuck I'm lost. It's about going through the experience, spiritually resonating with myself, and being able to not judge myself, and be able to come out of the experience a better person, a bigger man, a better me, a stronger version. And it always leads to better places with that kind of mindset. It's a state of mind that you gotta create within yourself. The state of mind will allow you to have peace and tranquility enough to be able to be sensitive enough to be able to tap in spiritually and be spiritually sensitive. And that's why meditation helps. It's one of the best spiritual practices I motherfucking know. But again, meditation is anything you want it to be. Meditation, for me, meditation is whatever the fuck I want it to be. If I want to sing right now, I want to be in flow state, appreciate the times that were hard to create. I don't want to die, leave this place without giving it my all, right to whatever the fuck, freestyling. Something gets me in the flow state, you know what I'm saying? That's a meditation. And doing a little bit of writing and writing some lyrics down, that's a meditation. Dancing and just grooving and moving my body the way straight. Damn straight. Yeah. So we gotta live our lives and have some fun and be able to do whatever the fuck we want to and be free. Be your own, be yourselves and be individuals. As individuals, we discover more of ourselves by trying different things out that we wouldn't think that will lead us anywhere satisfactory and where the fuck we think we need to be. Fuck that shit. Go where your heart wants to go. You know what I'm saying? So anything's a meditation. Your heart will take you to places where you can meditate and be in flow and be in zen with your own being, your own spiritual gifts and abilities. And look at your birth chart. Come on, once in a while. Just look at your birth chart once in a while. Come on. You don't know shit about astrology? What the fuck? You don't know shit? You never interested or cared enough to ever just look up your birth chart? Whatever. Okay, look, it may not be for you. Granted, I'm just saying though. Come on, an expansive mind to always be growing and hunger for learning to find the truth. That's remaining in your higher self. That's remaining in your spirit right there. At least for me. Because I'm a motherfucking Sagittarius. I'm always on the verge for truth. I'm always on the verge for learning and shit like that. And astrology wasn't me trying to... Initially, there were moments, obviously, me being real right here. There were moments where I use astrology to follow it and just, get lost in whatever it was telling me and my own views and perceptions and ideologies blocking me from actually seeing exactly how the shit that was said, the alignments that were there for the astrology, how they directly related into my personal experience in the present moment in my life on the regular. That energy, that state of understanding, that state of awareness, it took me time to get to that place. And it took me time to understand that, okay, so, yeah, like anything else, everything external is within, as within, as within, so without, as above, so below. Egyptian proverb. If you already haven't followed me on Egyptian Imran, my YouTube channel, my other YouTube channel, you gotta go follow that. I'm posting some dope content coming up on there. And I'm gonna say this here right the fuck now. I'm going to say this here right now. I'm going to say this right now. Sometimes I got to think about where I'm going just to figure out why the fuck I even do anything. I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm not even creating. I already created a YouTube channel way back. When I was like in middle school, and I would be making these skits and pranks and shit like that. Not even pranks, but I was really making these skits and these little sketches, and I had this creative little outlet for myself. I'm gonna be using that platform, and I'm gonna shortly announce that YouTube channel on here. I'm gonna use that platform to create sketches and skits and shit like that will allow me to really, really motherfucking go crazy as an individual. I got so much Aquarius in my chart, damn straight. If you don't know what that means, is Aquarius. Look, fuck that shit. Aquarius is that person that comes from the future type shit. Back to the future type shit. Aquarians really are like individualistic, and we're very like individualistic, right? And my Aquarius energy being able to align with my Sun and Sagittarius being all opportunistic and shit like that, always looking for opportunities and taking, using the opportunities that I have in front of me, that lay themselves in front of me, and being ready for those opportunities to be able to advance myself to the place what will take me further in my life path and grow as an individual spirit. You know what I'm saying? We all got our motherfucking trials. We all got our own process, and our own process will lead us to where we need to be, not where we just want to be, but where we need to be. Okay, spiritually sensitive, being able to feel enough. We need to be at certain places. We need to experience certain things. We need to follow where the fuck the flow takes us. The Tao, the Tao, right? The Tao. If you ever looked at shit like that and read some stuff, that all comes from Egyptian proverb. All that shit comes from Egyptian proverb. They took all that from Egyptian proverb, Egyptian knowledge. So just letting you know right there. So, and I will be creating a lot of, I'm announcing this right here. I will be creating a lot, well, I already am, but, progressing in to add and to innovate in different videos to be able to bring Egyptian proverb, Egyptian knowledge in a practical, condensed way, in different ways, and just motherfucking have some goddamn fun up on the YouTube shit, fam. YouTube is not meant to be taken so seriously. Nothing is meant to be taken so seriously. And there's times to be serious. There's times to be serious about life. But at the end of the day, everything is a game. It's what you make of it. If you ain't having fun, what are you doing it for? You know what I'm saying? You gotta have fun. It's gotta be something you love to do. It's gotta be something that helps you. And it helps you to be yourself. It helps you to motherfucking take yourself one step in front of another and just keep on motherfucking walking down your life path like you don't give a fuck, and you can just shrug off all this shit ass energies because you've been learning and growing and developing yourself into a higher vibration, into a better self. And it's a process every day because you cannot leave, and sometimes you gotta be willing to ask for help. But those days that you don't feel like doing it and you feel really down and you feel all motherfucking like dead inside because you ain't got your crown, you gotta realize that you motherfucking in a tripping illusion, and you do have your crown. No matter what, it's always there. Spiritually being sensitive enough to all your chakras, including the crown, upside down, in and out. You cannot confuse this shit. I'm just having fun doing whatever the fuck I want. I'm just saying this shit from the heart. I need to communicate my poet heart. Straight up. It's a different style, ain't it? My videos got a purpose now, shit. Not to say that they didn't have a purpose before, but you always grow. You always learn, don't you? Yeah. That's why I have a lot of the motherfucking videos that started up with this channel, and they're there. Who's to say that you have to do it some other way? I motherfucking want to document my process to be able to show y'all where the fuck I come from and how it can lead you, how all the process and all the hard shit that you got to go through will always lead you to better places, mentally, physically, spiritually. And I say all that to wrap this up video with this final message. So we talked about you got to be in your own process. You got to be involved in your own process. It's your own process. Nobody else has the same process. It's your own process. Nobody can tell you what to do. Nobody can, you got to follow your own intuition, your own spiritual messages that are being sent to you by guardian. Fuck guardian. I don't even know what the hell they're. Angels, spiritual beings, and might be ancestors. They might be higher spiritual beings. It might be a motherfucking fallen angel. It might be a demon communicating to you. You really don't know. You really don't know until you know, and to be sensitive enough to know thyself. So the whole practice of this, is to elevate yourself mentally, is to know yourself, is to practice this shit on the motherfucking regular, being still, being motherfucking in tune with all the energies around you to be able to move in the direction that will take you to better places within your own life. Better places mentally, better places physically, better places spiritually. Ain't nothing wrong with some of the shit you got to go through. And do not, this is a conclusion right there. This is a motherfucking conclusion right here. I'm just wrapping it all up at this point. Do not judge yourself. You can't judge thyself. You can't judge thy process. You can, actually, but just to make that clear, because you can, because words are powerful, right? We got to pay attention to what the fuck the words are actually saying. You can, indeed, certainly, motherfucking, you can get lost. You can get lost in your own perception. And it's a whole process of us getting in tune every moment, every second of our being. It's a process, and we got to get lost sometimes, I'm not coming on here trying to pretend like I'm perfect and I know all this shit. Like, I'm coming on straight up being real. I'm a motherfucker who's figuring it out like y'all. I'm over here like dancing, having fun, living my life, being myself, better places than some other motherfuckers. And I'm trying to guide y'all to where to go within yourself, telling you what you already know. I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. The fundamental root principles of what the fuck I'm talking about, you already know this shit. I'm just here to remind you. I'm a servant to your ass. Goddamn. I'm a king at damn straight. But a good king is a good servant. You better fucking know that shit. Hell yeah. You damn straight. You better believe that shit. Hell straight, motherfucking yes. So look, I say all that to say this. Yeah. It's hard. Yeah. It's work sometimes. Yeah. This shit is like, doesn't make any motherfucking sense sometimes. It's confusing as fuck. What the fuck is going on? Yeah. There's so many ways to get lost in yourself and hate yourself and get down on yourself. Yeah. Sometimes you get really, really high highs and you just love everything. You love the world. You love yourself. You love it all. And you get those extreme polarities sometimes. And yeah, sometimes you're so motherfucking balanced within yourself. You feel everything completely dualistically, just within yourself, just here, now, and left and right. You feel up and down. You feel all of it, but you're cool. And it's a matter of learning from all those different states of being. Okay, so what do you gather within yourself from being all zen down and shit? Being still, being in peace, being grounded within your own being. From the dark, from the light, for what they're the same degrees, different degrees of the same fucking polarity. So who the fuck cares about trying to do it right all the time? Fuck that shit. That's not who created that shit in your mind in the first place. You got to think about that. You got to think about who planted that in your mind to make you think that you always had to be doing shit right. Right? What the fuck is right? How do you know that shit's right? But look, there are laws to the universe. So there is order. There's order, right? There's order that you can find in the universe. There are universal laws. And I've already mentioned a few of the motherfucking shits right here. It's the ones that relate right now to this moment to be able to send this message out. And we can get in depth with different universal laws and for different perspective in different videos. And, different videos on Egyptian Imran and really break down the universal laws too on Egyptian Imran. And here just go crazy because... You know what I mean? So, look, your life, I'm wrapping it up right here. Your life is in your hands. It's in your hands, okay? And I don't say that to make you scared, to make you think like, oh my God, all this pressure. It's pressure. Yeah, pressure's good. It creates motherfucking diamonds. You better know that shit. The damn straight. It creates diamonds. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. It creates diamonds. Pressure creates diamonds. And you know that shit, right? So, okay, look. So, when you go through all this shit, when you go through all the pain, when you go through all the struggles, you always come out one way or another better. When you really think about it, don't you? So, think about it this way. What if you could be still to be able to tap into different lessons that you've learned in past lives? Because if you're the type of motherfucker right here who's I don't believe in reincarnation. I don't believe... Look. How do you know it's not real? I'm just saying, I don't see your ass practicing meditation. I don't see your ass tapping into these higher realms and higher ways of thinking. Your ass don't even know what astrology is. I'm saying you never look up a fucking bird chart once in a while. Once in a while. I'm done. Look. And that's not to say if you don't know shit about astrology that you're lost. But look, it's powerful though. Everything's a tool, right? Everything's a tool. Astrology is a very good tool. So when you look up your birth chart, it's another way to know yourself. It's another way to get closer to understanding your own values and your own gifts and your own natural inclinations, your natural things you naturally move towards as a spirit, as an individual in this lifetime. So that's what astrology is a great tool for. And it's a great tool for other things that I haven't mentioned. But as we're keeping into the tea in this video, right? But so look, and even me, I'm still learning about astrology. It gets deeper. It gets deep. Astrology gets deep. It's always everything. You get deeper into learning about it. So you could get lost into a different kind of energy that will make you think that you're learning something when actual reality you're not actually learning. You're not questioning what you're learning, what you're taking in, because you got to be able to break down and question the things that you learn and take in order to digest them, in order to really interpret them as a spirit. Does that make sense? Because look, if you don't break them down, if you don't really interpret what the hell's going on with the shit you're learning and what it actually means, you can easily get lost into different energies that don't make sense and different shit that, you're a fucking leaf in the wind, like I said earlier. You're a leaf in the wind. We don't need, look, and you might need to go through that. You might need to go through being a leaf in the wind. I go through it on the regular sometimes. I go through being a leaf in the wind because I'm like, oh, all this shit to learn. But I always get back to the place, and I am in the place right now, in this present moment, to understand that, okay, so I feel certain things within myself that are me, And I know it's coming from that source within me, that God within me, that God within all everything and nothing and all around me. Yeah. Yeah. Damn straight. Yeah, I know where that shit's coming from. It's coming from a good source. And when you know that the messages that you're receiving from within are coming from a good source, and how do you know if it's coming from a good source? It feels good, motherfucker. It feels good in your heart. It's like hey, it's like fucking aching to burst out. It's always there. It's such a passion. It's such a love. It's love that inspires you to do the shit you love to do. Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? It's love that inspires you to do the shit that you love to. There's love that inspired me to make this video. It's love that moved me towards choosing my higher self. Choosing, most importantly, not even my higher self. Choosing myself. Choosing my own freedom. Choosing my own ability to express and doing it because I love. Because I love and because I want to give and because I want to move forward in my life path and because I want to grow. It's that love. It's that love of driving because love always supports your ass. The universe is created with love. Masculine and feminine. Okay? The law of gender, right? Giving yourself another one right here. All right? So, law of gender, putting y'all shit on game. Let's go. Law of gender. So, that right there, law of gender, masculine and feminine, everything being an expression of that dualistic polarity to provide each with their contrast to be able to show masculine the qualities of feminine and feminine show the qualities of masculine. And masculine and feminine is energies. They're not people. They're not bodies, okay? Now, they do manifest as physical bodies, of course, but they're motherfucking energies. They're in everything, masculine and feminine. That's why when you're motherfucking learning Spanish class and shit like that, when I was learning Spanish class, everything's masculine and feminine, right? The verbiage and the things you say and the way you say it, the terms, everything has a masculine and feminine, okay? So even when you're cultured and shit, you know this from experience, okay? So yeah, you could say something this way to describe it in a masculine quality. You could say something this way to describe it in a feminine quality. I could tell you that this is a very delightful, beautiful, and aromatic cup. Or I could say, yo, this is a motherfucking dope cup, righteous for kings right here. Red as shit, tapping into root chakra. I don't know why, but I think knowledge right there, right? Knowledge and the ability to learn is tapped into the masculine qualities inherently. Not to say that if you're a woman, that doesn't mean you don't have those masculine qualities to want to learn. What the fuck? That has nothing to do with that. It's all about energies. We all have masculine and feminine within us. It's not about gender. Fucking shit. Like, law of gender is law of the polarities of masculine and feminine within everything. So, by understanding that little principle right there, Egyptian proverb, damn straight, you come closer and closer because it's in your mind, it's in your subconscious, it's planted in there, and then you can test this information in your own life to confirm whether it actually works and whether it actually resonates in the present moment, in the current present moment, to be able to give you a sort of message that you need to hear. By even knowing that principle, by even knowing that law, is because you know it, because it's in your subconscious. Now when you're in the present moment, your present moment has a little bit more awareness to it, and especially when you couple all this motherfucking look, knowledge and stillness and self-knowledge, meditation, they all go hand in hand. It's all, anything goes hand in hand. Anything you do goes hand in hand with knowing thyself, right? It's not just about meditation. It's not just about doing whatever the fuck you want. It's doing everything. It's being in balance. It's being yourself. It's being in tune with the guide within you that will lead you to the better position within your own life path, and to be in alignment with your destiny that you chose to establish and embody to its fullest possibility. In order to do this, you need to be sensitive enough to the guides within you, because you have guides within you, and you also have constant motherfucking distractions and demons around you. You got all these motherfuckers who are lost trying to take you down, right? It's a constant battle. It's a constant work. And you got to be willing to die. You got to be willing to die in this bitch. And how do you die? You kill yourself. By killing yourself, you're killing old parts of that were never even yours to begin with. But everything is you at the same time. Everything is everything. Damn straight. You can begin with knowing yourself. Shout out to Lauryn Hill. You can begin with knowing yourself to a deeper fundamental state. And by knowing yourself to a deeper fundamental state, by practicing on a regular basis, by doing all the different shit I just mentioned, and doing whatever the fuck you want in your life that you deem is to know yourself better, keeping that shit in alignment with moving forward in your life path, in your direction, and moving in a direction that will allow you to be in a better place mentally, physically, and spiritually. And all this shit is derived from within. You create this from within as without. You create it from as without as to within. So everything you do in the external will go back to within. Everything you do within will go back to the external. It feeds each other. So all the shit, all the shit you do, all the work you put in with yourself internally, that shit will resonate and to allow you to be able to experience the present moment in more clarity, in more of its raw, authentic form, without being adulterated in any way and shape-shifted to appear as something it isn't because of your own blockages that you still haven't worked through. You know what I'm saying? So it's your own blockages and it's your own transmission that you receive from higher guides and higher spirits, and be able to receive certain messages. It all depends on the work you put in internally as well as externally. So the work you put in externally, the shit you do externally, the experiences you have externally will allow you to experience yourself into its depths more. That's why a motherfucking tree needs roots to be able to ground itself in the ground. And then the deeper the roots, the better this tree can go, the higher. The laws of nature. It's all related, laws of nature. Egyptian proverb. It's based on laws of nature. It's based on spiritual fundamental principles. Okay? All this shit will make sense to you over time of experimenting and doing different shit that you deem that's right to move you in a better place mentally, physically, and spiritually. And without further ado, without keeping this video any motherfucking longer, holding anybody else up, your process is individual and unique in itself. Choose what the fuck you want to embody within your energetic being to be able to experience life in a more heightened awareness. Because your awareness will allow you to experience certain things that average motherfuckers who aren't tapped in spiritually into higher realms, they can't tap in, soul and draw it. And for people who don't get it, who aren't tapped in to the higher realms, are literally, I got nothing to add there. I got nothing to add there, because the point is that it's the higher realms, it's the awareness that will allow you to receive messages that people who aren't doing that shit, they don't hear it, they don't see it, they don't get it, they don't understand it, they can't feel it, of course. But if your ego is motherfucking not you, and you're spiritually inclined enough to be able to be sensitive enough to these messages, I hope this message inspired you and helped you to build yourself in a better way, in a more lighter perspective of yourself. And without further ado, I'm gonna sign out with this video by saying this: I love the way it takes me over, the way the pain and control and faints me on. Gone! Shit! In the wind! I can feel what it tells me about the lessons within the beauty. Motherfucking lost there. Going on trips, I swear. Telling y'all, fam. You call it talent, you call it whatever the fuck you want. I'm the prime example of right here. Be your motherfucking self. Be your fucking... Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Life is leading you to the same place as everybody else, death. You don't need to do shit, but I'm telling you right now, the time is now. And I hope this served you in some sort of way where you be able to receive these messages in a powerful way. And regardless, I'm just telling you whatever the fuck you already know. So regardless if you watched a little bit of this video or got to this point, I appreciate you for watching, coming along with my journey, for those who did and those who are new, coming along this path to awaken and to grow and shit. I want to say what's up! Welcome to the family, spiritual family. Much love, have higher love. Peace and love, family. Peace and love. Prosperity, abundance, wealth. I bless y'all. And I'll take in y'all blessings too. Bless up, family. Without further ado, this was before, here, after signing out. Just to tell you, I was here before, I'm here now, and I'll damn straight be here after. Peace, my people.